Hello everyone and welcome to English Today Journey. I am very happy to see you here today. Thank you so much for joining me again. If you enjoy learning English, please remember to subscribe so you can get daily English tips and lessons. Your support truly means a lot to me. I want to take a moment to say thank you. Every message you send, every comment you write, and every time you listen to this program makes me feel very grateful. You are the reason I continue creating these episodes. Without your support, this journey would not be possible. So thank you from my heart for being here and learning with me. Today, we're going to talk about something very important. This topic can completely change the way you think about success in life. Many people believe that success comes from luck. They think that successful people are just lucky. They believe that if you are born in the right family, meet the right people, or are in the right place at the right time, then success will happen automatically. Yes, sometimes luck can help. Being lucky can open a door or give you a chance. But luck alone is not enough. Luck does not last forever. It cannot give you long-term success. Real and lasting success comes from something much stronger and more dependable. That thing is called a system. When you hear the word system, you might think it sounds difficult or complicated. But don't worry. A system is actually very simple. A system is just a way of doing things. It is a plan or a routine that you follow again and again. It helps you move forward step by step until you reach your goal. Let's think about learning English. You do not wake up one day and suddenly speak perfect English. That does not happen. Instead, you follow a system. You practice speaking a little every day. You listen to podcasts. You watch videos. You read simple books. You learn new words and review them again and again. You repeat this process daily. That is your system. Because of this system, you slowly improve. The same idea works in life, work, and business. Success does not appear by accident. It does not come only because of talent or luck. It comes from following a system with patience, effort, and dedication. Small actions done every day create big results over time. The problem is that many people do not build a system. Instead, they wait. They wait for luck to come. They wait for the perfect opportunity. They wait for the perfect time or the perfect idea. While they are waiting, nothing changes. Time keeps moving, but they stay in the same place. Real success begins when you stop waiting and start building a simple system that you can follow every day. While many people are waiting, nothing in their lives changes. Time keeps moving forward, but they stay in the same place. On the other hand, successful people do not wait. They take action. They build systems and follow them every day. They do small tasks daily, even when those tasks feel boring, slow, or difficult. They trust their plan and keep going. Over time, their system slowly brings them closer to their goals. In this episode, we're going to understand why success is not only about luck. We will talk about what a system really is, why systems work so well, and how you can create your own system to reach your goals. By the end of this episode, you'll have clear ideas and practical steps that you can start using today, not someday in the future. So, get ready to change the way you think about success. Success is not magic. It is not something that only happens to lucky people. And it is not something you have to wait for. Success comes from building a system that works for you and then following it patiently, one day at a time. Let's start by looking at how most people usually think about success. If you ask a group of people, how does someone become successful? You will hear many different answers. Some people will say success is about luck. Others will say it is about being born into a rich or powerful family. Some will say you need special talent, like being extremely smart, very creative, or naturally gifted in music or sports. These ideas are very common. We see them in movies, books, and social media. We also hear them when we talk with friends and family. These beliefs sound simple, and they can even feel comforting. Why? Because if success depends only on luck or talent, then you do not have to work very hard. You can just wait and hope that one day luck will come to you. But the important question is this: is that really true? Is luck the only way to succeed? Or is there a better and more reliable way to create success in life? That is what we are going to discover together in this episode. When people believe that success only comes from being born in the right family or the right place, they often give up before they even try. They tell themselves, "I was not lucky enough, so there is nothing I can do." This way of thinking can stop people from taking action. In the same way, if someone believes that success belongs only to people with special talent, they may think, "I am not talented, so I will never succeed." This belief can make people feel weak, helpless, and unmotivated. They stop trying because they believe success is not for them. But the truth is different. Success is not reserved for a few lucky or talented people. It is something that can be built step by anyone who is willing to create a system and follow it with patience and effort. At first, these thoughts can feel comfortable. They remove pressure from your life. If success only comes from luck or talent, then you do not need to try very hard. You can simply wait and hope that something good will happen one day. This way of thinking feels easy and safe. But there's a serious problem with it. These beliefs can stop you from trying at all. When you believe success is not in your control, you stop taking action. You stop learning. You stop growing. Let's think about luck more carefully. Imagine you buy a lottery ticket. One day, your numbers match, and suddenly you win a lot of money. That is pure luck. But what happens after that? If you do not have a plan for how to use that money, it can disappear very fast. Many lottery winners lose everything because they never learned how to manage money. They had luck, but they had no system. Without a system, the success did not last. Now think about someone who builds a small business from nothing. They do not wait for luck. They start with a simple idea. They learn new skills step by step. They practice every day. They make mistakes and learn from them. They make careful decisions and solve problems as they appear. This is not luck. This is a system. Because they have a system, they can continue moving forward even when things become difficult. Now, let's talk about talent. Talent can help, of course. If someone can sing well or learn math easily, that is an advantage. But talent alone is not enough. Many talented people never become successful. Why? Because they do not practice. They do not keep learning. They do not create a system to improve and share their talent with others. At the same time, many people with very little natural talent become successful. How do they do it? They practice every day. They work hard. They follow a plan. They improve little by little. Over time, their effort becomes more powerful than talent. This is why believing that success only comes from luck, talent, or family background can be dangerous. These beliefs make you passive. They make you feel like success is outside your control. When you believe you have no control, you stop acting. You stop trying new things. You stop setting goals. You stop working toward a better future. Life continues to move forward, but you stay in the same place. Days pass, months pass, and years pass while you wait for something magical to happen. But magic is not how success works. Here is the good news. Success is not magic. Success is not reserved for a small group of lucky people. It is something you can build. You do not need to be special or perfect. You need a system. You need small daily actions. You need patience and consistency. When you understand this, everything changes. You stop waiting and start acting. You stop hoping and start building. And step by step, your life begins to move in a new direction. Success is something you can build step by step, even if you start with nothing. This is where the idea of a system becomes very powerful. Unlike luck or talent, a system is something you can control. You can create it yourself. You can follow it every day. And you can improve it slowly over time. When you truly understand this idea, your thinking begins to change. You stop waiting for luck to appear in your life. You stop hoping that someday things will magically get better. Instead, you start taking action today. You begin building something small but meaningful right now. Before we go deeper into how to build your own system, it is important to pause and think about your old beliefs. Many people still carry thoughts like, I am not lucky enough, or I am not talented enough. If you have ever had these thoughts, remember this one important thing. These thoughts are not facts. They are just ideas. Most of these ideas come from movies, stories, social media, or even people around us. Over time, we start believing them without questioning them. But they are not the truth. You can choose to replace them with a new belief, a stronger belief. I can succeed if I build a good system and follow it consistently. Now, let's move to the next important question. What does a system really mean when we talk about success? In the simplest words, a system is a set of steps that you follow regularly to get results. It is similar to a plan, but there is one big difference. A plan is something you might write down and forget. A system is something you live every day. It is something you repeat again and again until it becomes a natural part of your life. Think about baking bread. You do not just throw random ingredients into a bowl and hope it works. You follow a recipe. The recipe tells you what ingredients to use, how much of each one you need, and what order to follow. When you follow the recipe carefully, you get good bread every time. Success works in the same way. It is about finding the right recipe for your goals. It is about understanding which steps work and then repeating those steps consistently. When you do this, results begin to appear. Think about the last time you cooked your favorite meal. You probably followed a recipe. The recipe guided you step by step. It told you what to do first, what to do next, and when the meal would be ready. Because you followed those steps, the meal turned out well. A system does the same thing for your goals. It gives you clear steps. It removes confusion. You no longer ask yourself, what should I do today? Because your system already answers that question. You simply follow it. This is why systems are so powerful. They turn big dreams into small daily actions. And when you repeat those small actions every day, success slowly becomes a natural result. When you follow a recipe correctly, the meal tastes good every single time. That recipe is your system. And here is the best part about a system. The result does not depend on how you feel that day. Maybe you are tired. Maybe you are happy. Maybe you are busy or stressed. It does not matter. As long as you follow the steps, the result stays the same. This is the real power of systems. They make results repeatable and reliable. Without a system, things become uncertain. Sometimes you succeed, and sometimes you fail. One day the meal tastes great. The next day you forget an ingredient or cook it too long, and suddenly it tastes bad. This is what happens when you rely only on chance or mood. A system removes guesswork. Instead of hoping for the best, you know exactly what to do. You do not depend on motivation or luck. You depend on your routine. Let's look at learning English again. If you listen to English songs once in a while or read an article every few weeks, you may learn something. But your progress will be slow and unclear. Some days you learn a little. Other days you learn nothing at all. You may even feel confused or frustrated. Now, imagine having a clear system. For example, you listen to English for 20 minutes every day. You speak with a partner for 15 minutes. Every evening, you review 10 new words. This is simple but powerful. If you repeat this system daily, your progress becomes faster and more stable. You no longer ask yourself, what should I do today? Your system already tells you. And every day you follow it, your confidence grows. Exercise is another good example. If you go to the gym one time and lift some weights, you might feel good for a day, but your body will not change much. One workout does not make you strong. However, if you follow a workout plan, such as exercising 3 days a week with specific movements, your body slowly becomes stronger and healthier. The key is repetition. The plan is your system. It works not because you did it once, but because you keep doing it again and again. Here is something even more important. Systems make improvement easier. When you have a system, you can clearly see what is working and what is not. If something does not give good results, you can change one small part of the system. Maybe you add more practice. Maybe you change your schedule. Because the system is clear, improvement becomes simple. Without a system, you often do not know why something worked or failed. You just guess. But with a system, you learn from your actions. You grow stronger, smarter, and more confident over time. This is why systems are so powerful. They turn effort into progress and progress into success. Without a system, you often do not know why something worked or why it failed. Maybe you succeeded because of luck, or maybe it was just a coincidence. But you cannot be sure. When you have a system, everything becomes clearer. You can see which part is helping you and which part needs to change. It is like having a map. You know where you are now, and you know which direction to move next. Some people think systems are boring. They imagine that doing the same steps every day will feel dull and repetitive. But the truth is very different. Systems actually give you freedom. When you have a system, you do not waste time asking yourself, "What should I do now?" You do not feel confused or stuck. You simply follow the steps you already decided on. While you follow your system, you feel calm and focused. You know that every small action is moving you closer to your goal. You are no longer guessing. You are no longer hoping. You are building progress on purpose. So, in simple words, a system is not about magic. It is not about being perfect every day. A system is about knowing the right steps and doing them regularly. That is all. Whether you are cooking, learning English, exercising, starting a business, or saving money, a system is what turns small daily actions into big results over time. Now that we clearly understand what a system is, let's look at why luck alone cannot give you lasting success. The first thing to remember is this. Luck can happen once, but it does not happen every time. Luck is unpredictable. It is like the weather. Some days are sunny, some days are rainy, and you cannot control it. If your plan for success is only to wait for sunny days, then you will struggle when storms arrive. Luck might give you a good start, but without a system, you cannot keep what you gain. Success that depends only on luck is weak. It can disappear as quickly as it arrives. Think about someone who wins the lottery. Suddenly, they have a lot of money. At first, life feels perfect. They buy a big house. They buy expensive cars. They travel to beautiful places. Everything feels exciting and easy. But if they do not have a system for managing money, problems begin. Without a budget, without saving rules, and without smart planning, the money starts to disappear. Many lottery winners spend too much, make poor choices, and trust the wrong people. Over time, their money runs out. Studies have shown that many lottery winners lose most, or even all, of their winnings within just a few years. This happens not because they were unlucky later, but because they never had a system. Luck gave them money, but only a system could have helped them keep it. This is the key lesson. Luck can open a door, but only a system can help you walk through it and stay inside. Lasting success does not come from chance. It comes from structure, habits, and consistent action. And that is why building a system is one of the most important skills you can learn in life. Many lottery winners lose their money within just a few years. Why does this happen? Because they depended on luck to become rich, but they had no system to stay rich. Luck gave them money, but without a plan, the money slowly disappeared. The same thing often happens in business. Sometimes a new business becomes popular very quickly. Maybe it follows a trend. Maybe one video goes viral online. Sales increase fast, and everything looks successful. This is luck. But if the business owner does not build a system, the success does not last. Without systems like making good quality products, taking care of customers, improving services, and planning for the future, the excitement fades. Customers stop coming, and the business collapses as quickly as it grew. We see this pattern in sports and talent-based careers as well. A young athlete might be naturally talented and win competitions early in their career. People praise them and expect great things. But if that athlete does not have a system of training, discipline, rest, and healthy habits, their performance will slowly decline. Talent gave them a strong start, but only a system can keep them performing well over time. Luck is unpredictable. You never know when it will appear, and you never know how long it will stay. You cannot control it. Depending only on luck is like building a house on sand. At first, the house may look beautiful, but when strong waves come, the house falls apart. There is nothing solid holding it up. A system, on the other hand, is like building your house on strong rock. It takes more time and effort to build. You must be patient. You must work step by step. But once the house is built, it stays strong. No matter how bad the weather becomes, the house does not collapse. When you look closely at people who stay successful for many years, you almost always see the same thing. They have strong systems. Maybe they had a lucky break at the beginning. Maybe someone helped them, or they were in the right place at the right time. But they did not depend on that luck forever. They built habits, routines, and strategies that helped them continue moving forward. Even when life became difficult, they did not stop. Their system helped them stay focused and disciplined. That is why they continued to grow while others, who started with the same luck, slowly disappeared. So the lesson here is very clear. Luck might give you a good moment, but a system gives you a good life. One lucky event can make you feel successful for a short time, but only a system can help you stay successful for many years. If you want success that lasts, you need more than one lucky chance. You need a process you can follow every day. You need habits that support your goals. You need a system that helps you not only win once, but win again and again. This is the true power of having a system. It turns temporary success into lasting success. And it gives you control over your future instead of leaving it to chance. We have already talked about what a system is and why luck alone cannot bring lasting success. Now, let's explore the real power of having a system in your life. A system is not just a checklist or a simple routine. It is something much deeper. A system shapes your daily life. It helps you build strong habits. It creates discipline. And these habits and discipline are what keep you moving forward, even on days when you feel tired, lazy, or unmotivated. When you first start building a system, it may feel difficult. You might forget to follow it. You might need reminders. Sometimes, you may even feel like giving up. This is normal. Every new habit feels uncomfortable at the beginning. But if you keep repeating the same actions, something powerful happens. Those actions slowly turn into habits. Once an action becomes a habit, it becomes automatic. You no longer need to force yourself. You no longer argue with yourself in your mind. You simply do it. In the beginning, following a system requires effort. You have to remind yourself and push yourself. But after some time, the actions in your system become a natural part of your day. Think about brushing your teeth. You do not need motivation to do it. You do not wake up and think, should I brush my teeth today? You just do it. That is what habit looks like. Now imagine your system says you should study English for 30 minutes every morning. At first, this may feel hard. You may want to sleep more or scroll on your phone. But if you keep doing it every day, after a few weeks something changes. You wake up, open your notebook or your phone, and start studying. You do not think about it. It is simply part of your life. That is the power of habit. Habits turn good actions into automatic actions. Another important benefit of having a system is discipline. Discipline means doing what you need to do even when you do not feel like it. And let's be honest, life is full of days when we do not feel motivated. Some days we feel tired. Some days we feel bored. Some days we feel stressed. If you depend only on motivation, your effort will be inconsistent. You will work hard on good days and do nothing on bad days. But when you have a system, you follow it no matter how you feel. You do the work even when you do not feel excited. And every time you do this, you build self-control. Self-control is one of the most powerful skills for success. It helps you stay focused. It helps you finish what you start. It helps you keep going when things become difficult. Systems also help you learn from mistakes. Without a system, failure feels confusing and painful. You do not know what went wrong. You do not know what to change. But with a system, failure becomes useful. You can look at your steps and see what worked and what did not. Then you can adjust and improve. This is why systems are so powerful. They turn effort into habits, habits into discipline, and discipline into long-term success. A system supports you on good days and bad days. It keeps you moving forward even when motivation disappears. And when you have that kind of support in your life, success becomes much easier to achieve and much harder to lose. When something goes wrong, it can be confusing. Without a system, you may not know why things failed. You might feel frustrated or lost. But when you have a system, everything becomes clear. You can look at your steps and find exactly where the problem happened. Then you can fix it and keep moving forward. For example, imagine you are learning English and feel that your speaking is not improving as fast as you want. If you have a system, you can check how much time you actually spend speaking each week. Maybe you plan to practice 20 minutes a day, but in reality, you are only practicing 5 minutes. Now, you know exactly what to fix. You can adjust your practice and improve faster. Let me give you 2 simple but powerful examples of how a system works in real life. First, imagine a student named Maria. She wants to pass her final exams. Instead of studying randomly whenever she feels like it, she builds a system. Every weekday, she studies one subject for 1 hour in the afternoon. In the evening, she reviews her notes for 30 minutes. On Saturdays, she does 1 full practice test. She repeats this system every week for 3 months. At first, it feels like a lot of work, and she has to remind herself to follow it. But after a few weeks, it becomes normal. She does it automatically, like brushing her teeth. When the exam day arrives, Maria feels calm and confident. She knows she has prepared step by step. She does not panic because she has followed her system. And when she gets her results, she passes with excellent grades. This is not luck. This is the power of a system. Her success came from planning, habits, and consistent action. Now let's look at David, a small business owner who sells handmade candles. At first, his sales are unpredictable. Some days he sells a lot, other days very little. Then he decides to build a sales system. Every morning, he spends 1 hour posting photos of his products online. Every week, he sends an email to his customers with special offers. Every month, he introduces a new candle design. By following this system, his sales start to grow steadily. Customers know what to expect, and they trust his business. After a year, David's shop is doing better than ever. This is not because of luck. It is because of the system he created and followed consistently. These examples teach an important lesson. A system turns small, repeated actions into big results over time. It keeps you moving forward even when life is hard. It helps you improve steadily. And it gives you control over your progress. You can see what is working, adjust what is not, and keep growing every day. Success becomes less about luck or talent and more about clear steps, effort, and persistence. Even if life gets busy, stressful, or difficult, a system supports you. It makes progress predictable. It makes learning and improvement much easier. And it helps you reach your goals faster than waiting for chance to do it for you. Even when life gets busy, stressful, or difficult, your system is there. It guides you step by step toward your goal. Now, the big question is, how can you create your own success system? So far, we have learned 3 important things. First, success is not just about luck. Second, a system helps you build habits, discipline, and consistency. Third, a system turns small daily actions into big results over time. The good news is that creating your own system does not need to be complicated. You do not need expensive tools or a huge plan. You only need 3 things: a clear goal, a few simple steps, and the willingness to follow those steps every day. Let's look at how to build your system from the ground up, step by step. Step 1. Decide your goal clearly. Many people make mistakes because their goals are too vague. If your goal is just, I want to be successful, it does not give your system a direction. A goal must be clear and specific. Think of it like a map. Without a map, you are walking, but you don't know where you are going. For example, instead of saying, I want to learn English, say, I want to speak English confidently in daily conversations within 6 months. Instead of, I want to get fit, say, I want to run 5 kilometers without stopping by the end of the year. Clear goals give your system a direction. Step 2. Break your big goal into small steps. Big goals can feel overwhelming if you try to do everything at once. That is why you must divide your goal into small, simple actions that you can manage easily. Small steps make the big goal feel less scary and much more achievable. For example, if your goal is to speak English fluently, your small steps could be: learn 10 new words every week. Practice speaking with a partner twice a week. Listen to English podcasts for 15 minutes every day. If your goal is to run 5 kilometers, your small steps could be: walk for 20 minutes 3 times a week. Start jogging for 10 minutes. Slowly increase your jogging time each week until you reach the full distance. These small actions might feel easy or even simple, but over time, they add up. Step by step, day by day, you move closer to your big goal without feeling overwhelmed. Step 3. Follow your system regularly. A goal and small steps are not enough on their own. You must follow your system consistently. Success does not come from one day of effort. It comes from repeating your small steps every day, week after week, month after month. Even on days when you are tired, lazy, or not motivated, your system keeps you moving forward. Over time, these repeated actions become habits. And habits make success automatic. You do not have to think too much. You simply do it. By deciding a clear goal, breaking it into small steps, and following them every day, you create a system that works. A system turns your dreams into reality. It turns your daily effort into lasting results. And it gives you control over your own success instead of leaving everything to luck. Step 3. Create a routine. Now that you have your goal and small steps, it is time to create a routine. This is where your system really comes alive. A routine is just a schedule you follow every day or week. It tells you exactly when and how you'll do each step. For example, if your goal is to speak English fluently, your routine could look like this. Every morning from 8 to 8:20, listen to an English podcast. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m., practice speaking with your language partner. Every Sunday, review everything you learned during the week. If your goal is to get fit, your routine could be: exercise on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. Each day has a clear workout plan. A routine removes guesswork. You do not have to ask yourself, what should I do today? You know exactly what to do and when. This makes your system predictable, reliable, and easier to follow. Step 4. Track your progress. The next step is to track your progress. Tracking means keeping a simple record of what you have done. It does not need to be complicated. You can use a notebook, a phone app, or even a calendar. Each day you complete your steps, mark it down. Tracking shows you 2 important things. First, it shows how far you have already come. This keeps you motivated and confident. Second, it shows where you have missteps. This helps you fix mistakes quickly and get back on track. For example, if you look at your calendar and see that you haven't practiced speaking English for 2 weeks, you immediately know why your progress feels slow. On the other hand, if you see that you have been consistent for a whole month, it gives you confidence to keep going. Tracking makes your progress clear and helps you stay consistent. Step 5. Improve your system when needed. No system is perfect at the beginning. As you follow it, you will learn what works and what does not. Maybe listening to English in the morning does not work because you feel too sleepy. You can shift it to lunchtime. Maybe your exercise routine becomes too easy after a few weeks. You can increase the intensity. The important thing is to keep adjusting your system. Make changes when needed so it fits your life and helps you move toward your goal. A system that adapts to you works much better than one you cannot follow. Common mistakes people make. Many people try to create a system, but they make mistakes that stop them from succeeding. One mistake is making a goal too vague. If you say, "I want to be successful," it is unclear what success looks like. Another mistake is not following the system consistently. Some people start with energy, but they stop after a few days or weeks. Some people forget to track progress. Without tracking, it is easy to feel lost or think you are not improving. Others never adjust their system when it stops working. They try to force a plan that does not fit their life, and it fails. The key is simple. Create a clear goal, break it into small steps, make a routine, track your progress, and adjust your system when needed. Follow your system consistently, and over time, it will turn your small daily actions into big results. Before we finish building your success system, let's pause for a moment. It is not enough to know what to do. You also need to know what not to do. Many people fail, not because they are lazy, but because they fall into common traps that weaken their system. The good news is that once you know these mistakes, you can avoid them and keep moving forward. Mistake number 1. Having no clear goal. Without a clear goal, your system has no direction. Imagine driving a car without knowing where you want to go. You might drive for hours, but you could end up anywhere, or even back where you started. I once met someone who said, "I want to be better at English." But when I asked, "Better in what way? Speaking, writing, or listening?" they didn't know. Because the goal was unclear, they ended up doing random activities that didn't lead anywhere. A clear goal is like your GPS. It tells your system exactly where to go. For example, instead of saying, "I want to be better at English," say, "I want to speak English confidently in daily conversations within 6 months." A clear goal gives your system a purpose and keeps you on track. Mistake number 2. Giving up too soon. Many people start with excitement. They follow their system for a few days or weeks, but when they don't see quick results, they stop. Think of a man who plants seeds in his garden. He waters them for a week, but when he doesn't see flowers, he says, "This doesn't work," and quits. Of course, the seeds never had a chance to grow. Success takes time. Systems often work slowly at first, but small steps add up to big results. The key is to keep going, even when you don't see immediate changes. Mistake number 3. Changing the system too often. Yes, it is smart to improve your system when needed. But if you change it constantly, it never has a chance to work. Imagine a woman who wants to get fit. One week she tries running, the next week swimming, then yoga, then cycling. She never sticks to one plan long enough to see results. A system needs consistency. Small adjustments are fine, but jumping from one plan to another wastes energy and time. Mistake number 4. Not tracking progress. Some people follow their steps, but they do not track what they have done. Without tracking, it is hard to see how far you have come. It is also hard to know where you need to improve. For example, if you are learning English and do not record your practice, you might not notice that you skipped speaking practice for 2 weeks. That is why tracking is so important. It shows you both your progress and your gaps. Mistake number 5. Relying only on motivation. Many people think motivation is enough to succeed. They wait to feel like it before taking action. The problem is motivation comes and goes. Some days you feel excited, other days lazy or tired. A system keeps you moving forward even when you don't feel motivated. Habits and routines built into your system carry you through the low days. By avoiding these common mistakes, your system will stay strong. A clear goal, persistence, consistency, tracking progress, and not depending on motivation are the keys to success. Your system becomes a reliable tool that guides you step by step toward your dreams. If you don't track your progress, you cannot really know how far you've come or where you need to improve. I remember a student who wanted to learn 500 new English words in 3 months. He studied regularly, but he never kept a list of the words he had learned. After a while, He forgot many of them and ended up repeating the same words over and over again. If he had tracked his learning, he would have known which words needed more review and which ones he had already mastered. Tracking your progress keeps you aware of your growth, motivates you, and makes you honest with yourself. So, remember these 4 mistakes that can weaken your system. Having no clear goal, giving up too soon, changing your system too often, and not tracking your progress. Avoid these mistakes, and your system will stay strong, guiding you towards success consistently. The good news is that these mistakes can be avoided. If you set a clear goal, give your system enough time to work, make changes only when truly necessary, and track your progress carefully, your system will stay strong. Following a well-designed system makes your journey to success smoother and more predictable. Now, let's look at some real and motivating examples. Stories help us understand ideas better, and they show us that success is not magic. Success is built step by step through a system. Story 1. Sarah learning English with confidence. Imagine a young woman named Sarah. She wanted to improve her English speaking skills because she dreamed of talking confidently with people from other countries. At first, she tried to learn on her own. She listened to English songs sometimes and read articles now and then. But she didn't have a plan. Some weeks, she studied a lot, while other weeks she did almost nothing. She felt frustrated because her progress was slow and unpredictable. Then Sarah decided to create a simple system. Every morning, she spent 20 minutes listening to English podcasts. Twice a week, she joined an online group to practice speaking with friends. Every Sunday, she wrote a short paragraph in English summarizing what she learned that week. By following this system consistently, her learning became regular, organized, and measurable. After a few weeks, Sarah noticed something amazing. Her confidence grew. She could hold short conversations without feeling nervous. She could remember new words more easily because she had been reviewing them systematically. Her system turned small, daily actions into real progress. It showed her that improvement does not happen by luck or magic. It happens step by step through a simple, consistent system. This story shows that anyone can improve a skill, even if progress seems slow at first. By creating a clear plan, following it regularly, and tracking results, you can reach your goals. Systems give structure, direction, and control, and they make success predictable and achievable. Sarah followed her system for 6 months. At first, she didn't see big changes, but little by little, her English speaking improved. She started feeling more confident. Finally, when she traveled abroad, she could make friends, join conversations, and fully enjoy her trip. Sarah's story shows us that even a small system, done regularly, can lead to real and lasting results. Story 2. Ahmed growing a small business. Now think about a man named Ahmed. He started a small business, selling homemade bread in his neighborhood. At first, sales were low. Some days were good, but many days were very quiet. Ahmed realized that if he wanted his business to grow, he needed a system. So he created one. Every morning, he baked fresh bread and delivered it to local shops by 9 a.m. sharp. He asked customers for feedback and improved his recipes step by step. Every month, he introduced a new bread flavor to attract more people. Ahmed followed this system carefully. After a year, his business grew steadily. Customers trusted him. His sales increased. He even hired 2 helpers to keep up with demand. Ahmed's story teaches us that even a small beginning can turn into a big success if you have a clear system and stick to it. Story 3. Lena passing a math exam. Here's another story, this time about a student named Lena. Lena struggled with math at school. She wanted to pass her exams, but the syllabus felt too big and overwhelming. Instead of giving up, Lena built a study system. She divided the syllabus into small topics. She studied one topic every day for 30 minutes. She practiced problems and checked her answers carefully. Every weekend, she reviewed everything she had learned during the week. At first, Lena was slow. She made mistakes and sometimes felt discouraged, but she kept following her system. By the time the exams came, Lena was ready. She felt confident and well prepared. When she received her results, she had passed with good grades. Lena's story shows that even difficult goals can be reached if you follow a system consistently. Small, steady actions build up to big results. The key lesson from these stories: Sarah, Ahmed, and Lena show us the power of a system. Whether it's learning a language, growing a business, or passing an exam, success doesn't come from luck or talent alone. It comes from having a clear plan, following it consistently, tracking your progress, and improving your steps when needed. A system gives you direction, confidence, and control over your results. It turns small daily actions into meaningful achievements over time. Even if your goal seems far away or hard at first, a simple, well-followed system can get you there. These stories remind us that success is not magic. It is built step by step, through consistent actions and a strong system. The more you practice your system, the more automatic your actions become. Eventually, reaching your goals becomes natural and achievable. Lena passed her math exam with a good grade and felt proud of her effort. Her story shows that even the hardest subjects can be managed if you break them into small steps and follow a clear plan. Small, consistent actions build real progress over time. Story 4. Tom becoming healthy and fit. Finally, let's talk about Tom, a man who wanted to lose weight and live a healthier life. Tom knew that just saying, "I want to lose weight," wasn't enough. He needed a system. So, he started small. First, he walked for 20 minutes every day. After 1 month, he added light jogging 3 times a week. Then he adjusted his meals, eating more vegetables and reducing junk food. Over time, he also added strength training twice a week. Tom followed his system step by step. He didn't lose weight overnight, but slowly his body became stronger and healthier. He tracked his progress every week, noting his weight and energy levels. When he saw areas that needed improvement, he adjusted his routine. After several months, he had lost weight, felt more energetic, and built healthy habits he could continue for life. Tom's story shows that health and fitness don't come from a lucky moment or a quick extreme diet. They come from small, daily actions repeated consistently. Each step alone seems small, but together over time, they create real results. The power of a system. These stories, Sarah, Ahmed, Lena, and Tom, show us the true power of a system. Sarah became confident in English. Ahmed grew his business steadily. Lena passed her exam with preparation and focus. Tom became healthier and fitter. None of them depended on luck. None of them relied on talent alone. They all created a clear system, followed it consistently, tracked their progress, and adjusted their steps when necessary. What these examples teach us is that success comes from actions, not magic. Small, daily actions, repeated consistently, create big results over time. Systems give direction, structure, and control. They help us stay consistent even when motivation is low or life gets busy. Systems turn chaos into order, frustration into progress, and small efforts into lasting achievement. Even if your goal seems far away or difficult, a system makes it manageable. You don't need luck. You don't need perfect talent. You just need a clear plan, small daily steps, and the patience to follow them over time. These stories remind us that anyone can succeed if they build a system and stick to it. Step by step, action by action, real results will come. Success is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It is about starting today, following your plan, and trusting the process. Just like Sarah, Ahmed, Lena, and Tom, you can create your own system, follow it consistently, and achieve the goals that matter most to you. Small steps add up. Daily effort matters. A simple system done well can change your life. None of the people we talked about, Sarah, Ahmed, Lena, or Tom, relied on luck or magic. They took small, regular steps, learned from mistakes, and kept going. Their stories show us that if we build our own system, we can reach our goals too. Success is not about waiting for the perfect moment or hoping for luck. It is about planning, acting, and repeating the right steps consistently. Now, as we finish today, let's talk about some important tips to help you stay motivated and strong while you build your own success system. Tip 1. Be patient. Success doesn't happen overnight. It takes time and steady effort. Many people start a new plan and expect to see big changes in a week or two. When results don't appear quickly, they feel disappointed and quit. But real success is like planting a tree. You don't see a tall tree after one day. You water the seed, give it sunlight, and take care of it for months or years. Slowly it grows. Your goals work the same way. Every small step you take adds up over time. Even if progress feels slow, it is still happening. Little actions repeated consistently create big results. Tip 2. Follow your system regularly. Writing a plan or keeping it in your mind is not enough. A system only works if you follow it every day or every week, depending on your routine. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't brush once and expect your teeth to stay clean forever. You brush every day because it keeps your teeth healthy. Your success system works in the same way. Daily or regular action makes your system strong. The more consistent you are, the better your results will be. Tip 3. Learn from mistakes. Nobody is perfect. Sometimes you will miss a day, make errors, or feel like giving up. That is normal. The key is to see mistakes as opportunities to improve. If something goes wrong, pause and ask yourself why. Maybe your system is too difficult right now. Maybe you are trying to do too much at once. Or maybe you need extra support or encouragement from others. Whatever the reason, don't quit. Make small adjustments to your system. Step by step, improve it so it fits your life and helps you keep moving forward. Tip 4. Celebrate progress. Even small wins matter. Every time you follow your system, learn a new skill, or complete a step toward your goal, recognize it. Celebrating progress keeps you motivated and reminds you that your efforts are working. Over time, these small wins build confidence and help you stay on track even when challenges come. Tip 5. Keep your goals clear. A clear goal gives your system direction. Without it, you may feel lost or confused. Write down exactly what you want to achieve. Break big goals into smaller steps and schedule them in a routine. Track your progress and adjust when needed. A clear goal keeps your actions focused and makes your system effective. Remember, building a system is a journey. It doesn't need to be perfect, and it doesn't need to be complicated. Start with small steps, follow them consistently, learn from mistakes, and adjust as you go. Over time, your system will turn your daily actions into real results. You don't need luck. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. You just need a clear plan, patience, and the determination to follow it. Every time you learn from a mistake and improve your plan, your system becomes stronger and more effective. Mistakes are not failures. They are lessons that help you adjust and grow. Each small change you make strengthens your daily routine and brings you closer to your goal. Over time, following your system becomes easier and more natural, almost like a habit. It's also easy to compare yourself with others. You might see someone who is already successful and think, I can never be like them. But remember, everyone's journey is different. You don't have to walk their path or reach their level on their timeline. Your success is about your own steps, your own system, and your own progress. Trust yourself and the system you are building. Focus on your own growth instead of comparing yourself to others. When you trust your system and your effort, staying motivated becomes much easier. You start noticing joy in the small victories along the way. Maybe you learn a new English word, finish a workout, or complete an important task at school or work. These small wins may seem minor, but they are actually the building blocks of long-term success. Each small achievement shows that your system is working, and every step forward counts. Celebrate these moments. They remind you that you are moving closer to your goals, little by little. Real success is not about a single lucky moment. It's not about magic or waiting for the perfect opportunity. Success comes from daily actions, small habits, and the patience to keep going even when progress is slow or life is challenging. A system is like a path that leads to your dreams. It is something you build, follow, and improve over time. The more consistently you follow your system, the stronger and more reliable it becomes. Think of your system as a guide. It shows you exactly what to do every day. It gives you direction and keeps you moving forward, even on days when you feel tired, unmotivated, or unsure. With a system, you don't rely on luck or hope. You take control of your progress. Step by step, habit by habit, action by action, you move closer to your goals. Remember, success is not measured by big, dramatic events. It is measured by consistent effort, small achievements, and steady improvement. Every small step counts. Every task you complete, every habit you follow, and every problem you solve adds to your overall progress. This is the power of a system. It transforms small actions into big results over time. So, stay patient, stay consistent, and trust the process. Keep building your system, keep following it, and keep adjusting it as you learn from your experiences. Your efforts will compound, and eventually, you will reach the goals you set for yourself. Every small action brings you closer, every day matters, and every step you take is important. Thank you so much for joining me in this episode of Super Talks. I hope the tips, stories, and examples shared today help you believe in your own ability to create success. Keep practicing your English, keep following your system, and never forget, progress is made one step at a time. Stay strong, keep moving forward, and trust the process. Your success is built by you one small step at a time.